Let's talk about the easy way. There is the easy way to do things and the hard way to do things. And I think we've been raised to think about things that you have to work hard in order to get something. And I think that's true for kind of certain achievement-oriented things, like let's say you're playing tennis or something like that, right? I mean, look, you're going to have to work hard. You're going to have to gruel it out. You're going to have to, all those things. But the hard work comes on the putting the energy in. It doesn't come in trying to like jam the outcome, right? The best things in life have ultimately come easy in the end. And I say in the end, meaning that oftentimes I think I had to struggle in order for it to get easy. But what if you just started at the get easy? There's a certain kind of ease when something's right. And while you're trying to force a particular outcome in something, there's some other better outcome available that's easy. And I don't mean easy in like a lazy way. Okay, I mean easy in like it all just kind of falls into place. Like say you're in love with somebody or you want to date somebody, but the person's not really responding back a lot, and it just seems hard to spend time together, and you're just like, but you really want that person. You really think there's something there, so you try this, you try that. While you're doing that, there's somebody for whom it all just clicks that you're missing. I can work hard, but what I'm going to work hard on is getting my vessel properly oriented for what the universe has for me, as opposed to trying to force my way upon the universe. Michael Singer, who wrote The Untethered Soul, has a really great book called The Surrender Experiment, which is essentially like a memoir of his life, where he shows his life in terms of how he always surrendered at each phase in life. And it's like whatever the universe was telling him. And he was like, all right, I'm not going to complain if the universe is telling me, to go in this direction, like I'm going to go. But it really takes quieting down, because it's tough to know what's just being lazy versus what is serving your ego versus what is a clear whisper that you don't understand from your gut. Those are all such near enemies to each other, right? It's very easy to mistake one of those for the other. And that's where the taking care of your system and your vessel, because what you're doing is you're creating more inner discernment with meditation, with sleeping, with eating right. And as you get really finely attuned to your spirit, to your higher self, whatever you want to call it, you can start to tell the difference between those things. And things start to become deliciously easy. Even as I say that, I can feel the tug of the Protestant work ethic. I can feel the tug of my upbringing that says things need to be hard. No pain, no gain. I'm starting to think that's bullshit. Maybe you got to go through that phase. Maybe you got to go through the phase of like toughening up and going after things and getting some of them, losing some. But at some point you realize there's a limit to what that can bring you, and that the next level up in the game is much more about surrender and about listening, allowing the path to illuminate as you walk. But that takes getting real quiet. And it takes a certain trust that when you take that next step, the light will illuminate it. There's this incredible wisdom inside of you. You've learned so much in your years. Now it's time to harvest what you've learned. Not with your mind. In fact, we got to get the mind out of the way a little bit. It's been a good friend, but it's become your master. It's just not very good at that. But there's a much subtler wisdom inside of you that can move mountains. That has a certain clarity and vision, like these moments where it all comes to be. It's inside of you. Don't meditate because you think it's reduces your anxiety. Don't meditate because you committed to it. Don't meditate because it's the thing to do. Do it because there's magic in the clarity. And you know how I know when it's coming from that place? It's the kind of clarity that feels like there's a hand on my back. That feels like a co-created thought with the universe. Sometimes I don't like the answer. Sometimes it's like the opposite of what my mind and my body wants. Those are the hard ones. But it doesn't let me down.